let's have a chat why it's important as an artist to pick topics rather than to think of an artwork. In the background, I'm working on one of my more recent paintings with a topic that I'm not very sure of yet, but still it's there, and it has a direction that I'm interested in. Let's first talk over why it's important to pick a topic, and then, maybe you still have some time to explore this painting and my direction. I'm gonna be quite personal, I think, because in a way I could tell you about all the external things, I think from an artist perspective, which I believe is very important for us to share, to connect about the art, to connect about the processes, just to make things more valuable. Because meaning is a funny thing, right? Meaning is not something that just is there. Meaning is always tied to a person or the viewer in the art case. So for instance, I could look at a painting and don't feel anything, while other people could look at it and just get it, understand the meaning or have a meaning or find a meaning in it. And I think that's a funny thing actually to have. There's all sorts of things. The mind is a funny thing. But if you look at it the right way, you can find meaning in anything. Like even grand meaning, right? That I feel so connected to something. And I encounter that sometimes, to be fair, where I think it didn't really matter what I painted. People seek for meaning. People seek for connection. People want to make sense of what is around them. And I think it's important to give the artwork space to be able to see it in a few different ways. The artwork is just that, to be able to connect over. I'm definitely not insulted if somebody else connects in a different way than I am to my art. It's just my point of view, and who am I to tell them, no, this is what I meant, so you have to agree to that. I don't think that's how it works, or how it should work. But yeah, to get back to the topic, I think there are a lot of reasons. Let's just first work through the less personal, and then I'm gonna go into the personal a little bit more. So picking a topic is definitely helpful to stay consistent and to build into one direction. So that's already helpful for your artist process, which I think if you're watching this video, you might be either just interested in it or you're looking to get something out of it. So consistency is a great thing to follow, because it just makes you better. If you're looking for that, honestly. I mean, consistency can make you as well just consistent. You know what they say, practice makes consistent. But anyway, with consistency, I think, and if you approach it reasonably and conscious and with best intent, it will further your understanding of what you're painting, understanding your preferences and how you paint, understanding more about your process, and will further your exploration with the topic. Because you're not ending it on one painting, right? You're not saying, okay, I want to make a painting about X, so you just paint X and that's it. Now you would do the whole equation, or explore parts of the equation. So that then will obviously help you to grow as an artist and as a person behind the art. Deepen your understanding of yourself. It could help you to convey your own story better into your art. to communicate it better or explore it better. Because sometimes I feel like, do I really want to say I'm expressing myself with my art? I think sometimes I think I'm not. Then when I talk to some people, I feel like, oh, maybe I am expressing myself. And I mean, the inherent human factor is obviously undeniable, and I'm creating something. So yeah, maybe you could put it into a direction of expressing anyway, whatever it would be. Even if my goal is to explore something, in the end it could be seen as an expression. I think some minor topics would be as well to for the whole marketplace, it's a little easier for people to understand one thing if there is more context with it, and therefore it's more interesting for galleries and the marketability. But I think those are topics that shouldn't be your main focus if you're looking to build this. What I think is the most important thing about this whole thing, why you should pick a topic over seeing an artwork in your head, is actually creativity. And creativity can be dangerous thing. I know it from myself. If I don't choose topics, and I tend to feel lost, and I think that's one of the biggest reasons to work yourself towards topics and have this scheduled time that you take to pinpoint a topic before you create, or you don't have to create all the time. Part of creating is as well just sitting down and thinking about which direction you want to walk. You don't just want to run on and get lost. I think that's one of the most important things to keep that in mind, because I feel like if my mind doesn't have a topic to work towards, every piece becomes almost a chore, because the heavy weight of needing to be creative and feeling of being lost is just overwhelming. And if you pick a topic, you can lay out a route you wanna take, and the whole process becomes a lot easier. If you don't do that, I feel like my mind is, it's almost turning evil. It is using all the creative force that I have to sabotage me, and makes me procrastinate, makes me anxious, makes me overwhelmed. And it can go into paralysis. And I think there is a quote about how creativity is like a wild horse. If you don't tame it, it's just gonna ravage around and destroy you. I like that point of view, honestly. It's an interesting idea. Alright, to finish this off, let's quickly talk about an adaptation of this process, its pros and cons maybe. We'll figure it out along the way. As you can see, I've been painting this figurative painting in the background while I've been rambling on about this. And it's one of the paintings that I'm not really sure how they fit yet. I do have a direction, so to speak. And I think it's leading me into, actually yesterday I thought about this. I think it's leading me towards another series that I'm gonna start. Actually, talking about this, I tried to start one the other day and I didn't like it. Even though I was just one painting in, or actually I was 2 paintings in, I realized this is not aligning with me. So I scrapped the concept and I moved on. Maybe it will come back. I don't know. Maybe. Possibly. But this is not to torture yourself. This idea of picking a topic. This is to lay a foundation where you can build on. But yeah, I think it's leading me into another idea that I'm having. But for this, it sprung from, I think, from the little things I'm seeing and the nostalgia I'm feeling about childhood, where I just want to go back to not having worries, right? And how it feels to apparently be grown up, or how it felt to. That's actually not true. That I think not how it feels to be grown up, but how it was for me to encounter difficulties and the abstract feelings that I encountered while just getting older. I always found interest in the idea of how when you were a child you thought, oh, those are grown-ups. They figured it out. Right? There will be this point where you'll get it, where you suddenly are an adult. I don't know if that ever happened to anyone. It did not happen to me. And I don't think it happened to anyone, to be fair. I think we just grow older and suddenly the kids see us as adults and we have to go with it, I guess. And we just teach them tradition and carry it on. So that's sort of the direction that I'm going towards with these paintings that I've been doing. That's why I've been painting children in this sort of abstract way. I mean, not technically, but topic-wise. In this abstract landscape, if you so will. I mean, everybody got their little package to carry. The little demons to deal with. And I think it's one of the most interesting things to share about them. To hear about them from others and to relate to them in your own way. I feel like sometimes it's as well where we just share stories. I've seen this sometimes happen where people complain about how if somebody tells you something and you just answer with, oh, this happened to me, but some people complain about it in a way of, oh, hey, are you trying to trump me, or what are you doing? And getting upset. I always felt like it's a way to say, hey, I hear you, and furthermore, I feel you, I understand you, because I had this happen to me. Of course, it's all very, what's it called, a very delicate topic, you know. There's a lot of fine motoric called for it, if I can say it like that. And I'm just very cautious with expressing and with asking questions about it. But I always feel like these are the most interesting talks I can have with someone. Okay, I think we're getting to the end of it, and thank you for staying. If you've made it this far, have a good day, yeah? Take care.